Hi class, welcome to our first 5 minutes with Sister Suker. This is a little segment that I try and do weekly. It might end up being every other week, where we just take a few minutes and talk about some of the things going on in Health Science 391. This is meant to be a somewhat informal discussion, just about things to keep you aware of. You're not required to watch these videos, but sometimes it provides clarity on some of the issues with the course. First off, I know that Health Science 391 has difficult due dates and confusing instructions. If you ever have any questions, please go ahead and ask me. I'm spinning your wheels and being confused. It's frustrating to you and it doesn't help anyone. So if you have a question, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out to me on the course announcements. You can reach out to me via email, via text message. I check all of these things on a regular basis and I will get back to you. If you do ask a question and it's been a couple days and you haven't received a response, please go ahead and reach back out. There's a possibility that I've missed your email, text, phone call, any of the above, and I love to make sure that you get an answer quickly. Okay, so we are going to start moving forward with the research project this week. I know it's only week 2, but we have a lot of work to do, so we have to get started fairly early with this research project. You should have all submitted your group availability, and I will go ahead and put you in groups within the next couple of days. You will receive an email, and that will be posted on the course announcements. So please look for that in the next couple of days. If it's Tuesday and you haven't received that information, please reach out to me. My goal is to have it out to you before Saturday night. So if it's Tuesday, something has gone wrong and you have potentially been missed on the list. It's never happened before, but keep an eye out for that. Okay, something about these groups. These groups are final. I know that you are going to have scheduling conflicts with the group. I know that you're going to have personality conflicts with the group. All of that is unavoidable within a global classroom. I will take the information that you provided on that group availability form and use it to create the groups. I will do my best to make sure that you are in groups with people that have similar schedules. As you get that assignment, please keep that in mind. I know that some of these assignments are not going to be perfect. The groups are final, so regardless of the conflicts that may arise, you need to find a way to work with your group members. There have been groups in the past that have had some very difficult scheduling challenges, but they have done very well on the paper because they have communicated with one another regularly via text message and email. So if your group runs into some of those timing conflicts, please communicate regularly. Regular communication is essential to the success of this paper. No matter how smart you are, no matter how hard you try, no matter how experienced you feel that you are in research, if your group doesn't communicate, you cannot succeed. So if you feel that you are holding the group back, if you're maybe not as comfortable with the subject matter, then be the person that runs the communication, and you will be an essential part of the team. As you go forward with this group setup, please select someone to be the group leader. This person needs to be the clearinghouse for all information and communication. They don't have to know the most about the subject, but they have to be willing to drive the project forward. So find someone that is willing to do that. If you are one of those people who tend to be quieter in groups, this is a great opportunity for you to step up and fill that role. I tend to be quieter in groups, and it is challenging for me to speak up. So I would take that initiative in this situation just because so much of your grade in this class is based on your group participation as ranked by your peers. If you're one of those people that produces outstanding work but doesn't talk in group meetings, you're going to get a lower participation score. Know that going in. If you're a quieter person, you need to compensate for that. Think about filling the role as group leader. If you are one of the people that fills the role of something like the stats guru, no, that doesn't mean that you have to run all the stats yourself when that data comes in, but you are the one that's going to direct that. In a lot of cases, the stats guru does choose to spearhead the data analysis themselves as well, but just know you're the one that's going to be proposing that data plan to the rest of the group. You don't have to be awesome at it. I'm willing to work with you. Your group members are most definitely willing to work with you. But look at some of those group roles and see what you're willing to do. This is a great class to challenge yourself and develop some new skills, or even develop some of those skills that you already have just a little bit further. Okay. You have submitted your very first individual assignment in this class. I'm sure as you've looked through the list of assignments, you've noticed the number of individual assignments is fairly small, and that is done for a reason. This class is based very heavily on group work. I know that group work presents challenges. This has been proposed to the course design team a number of times. We are trying to make changes to the course. But that being said, public health is a Public health is a collaborative profession. So as public health professionals, as hospital administrators, etc., you are going to need to use those group work skills that we use in this class. And that is the reason that group work is so important in this class. You can't go out into the workforce and not know how to work in a group. You can't go out into the workforce and not know how to work in a difficult group. My goal is for this to be a good group for you, and just know that is why there is so much group work. Now, let's rewind a little bit. Okay, you've submitted what we colloquially refer to as the DARE letter. As you've done that, I hope that you've kept a couple of things in mind. First, I hope that you have written this as a professional and not as just an individual bystander. We are reaching the point in your college careers for most of you where you are going to be a professional. So you need to act as such. Your language needs to be professional. It needs to be well thought out and well written. We will work on that as the semester goes. This is just your warm-up exercise. I hope that you have read the directions carefully on that assignment. I know the assignment is confusing, but one of the essential parts of the assignment is that you have at least 2 citations or references to the chapter 13 and 14 reading. That is the one that has a number of typos by Mackenzie, Niger, and Thackeray. You need to make sure that you cited that one. You didn't go off the rails and cite some of those other assignments. The reason that the wording is so confusing in this assignment is because it is trying to get you to look closely, to follow the directions carefully. Future assignments hopefully will not be so tricky. But I hope that you were able to pay attention. This assignment also required that you use APA format for those citations and references. I know that you did not have all the information for the Mackenzie, Niger, and Thackeray reading to create a full citation. You did have enough information to search for the full book online and create a citation from that. And know that as we move forward into this literature review phase, that creating proper APA citations is important. And it is important that if you are missing information, that you take the steps necessary to find that information. We're far enough in our college careers where we can be proactive and we can look for the missing links. So you will get feedback on that, and I hope to provide class feedback as well, just letting you know what some of the major issues the class as a whole faced. So good luck as you move into those group setup assignments. Make sure that you assign each group member a role within the group, and that you have all of the contact information for your group members. Discuss what topics you would like to research as a group. You will submit that to me and I will provide you feedback on those topics. Know that there are some topics that are just not feasible for this class based on the nature of our data collection needs. And I will provide you with more feedback than you want on why those topics do or do not work. If for some reason you are one of those groups who is told they need to revise all of their topics, that's okay. I'd say 85 to 90% of groups in Health Science 391 across all the sections, and we have quite a few sections, are required to come up with new research topics. The reason that we do not typically provide you with research topics is that what we may find interesting, what other students may have found interesting, may be boring to you. One semester I had a group of students that researched dry eyes, and sorry about that phone. They researched dry eyes, and honestly I didn't think that they could make an entire semester out of that topic, but they did, and it was a fascinating topic that they were all very interested in. So look into those topics. Maybe it's something weird that you never thought that you would research. There's been a group that researched RSV awareness. That was actually an excellent topic. RSV awareness, I don't know that I would have ever suggested that topic to them, but they were able to collect a lot of data, they were interested in it, and they were able to create awareness within their communities. So start looking at those topics. It doesn't have to necessarily be what we would think of as traditional public health. You don't have to research nutrition in college students. You could kind of go off the path and look at how people believe that their built environment influences their health, or how their exposure to social media influences their nutrition habits. You know, things like that that maybe we haven't researched as public health topics in previous courses, but really are. Public health is a really broad discipline, and so you can pull in a number of research topics. So start thinking about what's interesting to you. Start listening to the news over the weekend. There's a lot of stuff going on that could turn itself into a research project. Ask me questions if you need to. Remember, look out for that group assignment. It's coming soon. It will be posted to the announcements. It will be there. If your name's not on it, please go ahead and let me know. And also start looking for that feedback on the Dare Letter assignment. That will be provided by next Wednesday. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions this week, and congratulations. We've almost made it through 2 weeks of Health Science 391.